How we doing, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Get Jiggly. I'm Will, and today we're getting a little bit more Marvel United Megaverse campaign done. Of course, not the multiverse, because today we're going up against the Sabretooth. Uh, so, of course, we've gone through this campaign. You can go back to the previous videos to see how it works, but basically it's a campaign made by Dom, and you unlock things, and you get to keep playing, and your heroes get KO'd. So, with that said, I do have a couple questions in some of the previous videos, so make sure you go and answer those questions in the comments about how we fail forward. Also, I have another poll up right now in the post section. If you haven't seen it, go over to the post section, the community tab, and vote on that poll. It's whether or not I do 3 more games of this next week, or whether I do 3 games of basically this next week. So that's kind of the question. What do you guys want to see on the channel? With that said, let's go ahead and flip over the camera. The key. All right. Actually, let me be right back. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. So we are set up for Sabretooth here. We'll go ahead and just zoom in on him. So we're set up here for Sabretooth. Special rules. So we had to give a hunted token to somebody, so I gave it to Colossus. He has an ability that lets him reduce damage, and then he also has Jeff, so he has basically 3 more hit points, because again, we don't take out any of the wilds, because that's just not the way I'm playing. So the next thing is, when the hunted hero is KO'd before activating a BAM, give the hunted token to the next hero in play order, which means then it would go to Kitty, and then it would go to Wolverine. When a hero without a hunted token is KO'd, draw another master plan card and add it face down. So with the normal KO, if he KOs a hunted person, you do another BAM. But if you KO somebody else, you're not going to do a BAM. And then the BAM is deal 2 damage to 1 hero in his location. It must be the hunted hero if the hunted hero is in that location. Almost all of his cards have Sabretooth Meth, Full Tooth, and Epitooth met at the Olympic sword fighting competition. But yeah, all of his cards have BAM except for 2, and those are his healing cards. So you have a conundrum of either taking damage or letting him heal, depending how the cards come out. Overflow, if we can't do the minions or civilians, then we will need to add 1 damage to the hunted hero, and that doesn't even have to be in the same location. You just take the damage. Villainous plot, we lose when the token is given back to Colossus. So if it makes it all the way through back to Colossus, then we lose. We're not on a 2-player game, so we don't have to worry about that. But in a 2-player game, it is the second time it goes back. So basically, player 1 would die, player 2 would die, player 1 would die, player 2 would die. So they get to die twice. So technically, in a 3-player game, you get 1 less death. So this might have been a time when I needed all 4 heroes. All right, so we are going to go a key. Yeah, that's where we usually go. He only has 2 cards. They're all across the board. There's either no place to hide, which the hunted hero takes a turn, ends their turn in this location, takes a damage. And then there is killing spree, which you discard all civilians from this location, deal 1 damage to a hero in both adjacent locations. Yeah, this seems like it's going to be a damage fest. Again, we have Wolverine, who has healing. We have Colossus with a little bit extra hit points. And then I do know that Kitty Pryde, she's got her intangible, so she stops taking damage. Now, again, we have Jeffy Boy here, but Lockheed is hanging out over here because he doesn't get put into play until you play her starter card. We don't have the Lockheed deck unlocked, and I was feeling, do I want to house rule it just so it makes sense with her? But we'll wait. We'll unlock it. What I'll probably do is unlock Lockheed to play with her, and we'll probably use her in like the Days of Future Past scenario. Sabretooth always seemed like a low-level villain. Never mastermind, obsessed with Wolverine. Yeah, and like depending on which retcon, David, it gets even weirder than that, because then they introduced Romulus, and Romulus was basically the mastermind behind the whole thing. There's these Is there a Lupin species of mutants, which Romulus, Sabretooth, Wolverine, Feral all would belong to? Like, it's crazy. No, there's, you know, there's just all kinds of theories and retcons and whatnot. But yeah, he is kind of a weird mastermind, as we would say. All right, so unfortunately, first up is Sabretooth. So we know he's going to go somewhere, most likely to the hunted hero, and he's going to bam. Why do I know that? Because me and Audrey played this. We played superhero mode. So if you want to see how the super villain superhero mode works, we did that playthrough. And every single turn, she was beating up on me. So yeah, move to the next location with any heroes, which is where we all are. And he's going to come over here, and he's going to bam. Which means that Colossus immediately, because I don't have my starting card out, is immediately going to take damage. We'll go ahead and get rid of the Jeff card. And that is that. And I hope I've got a location that lets me heal. Again, I go for thematic, guys. So I did a bunch of thematic locations, right? Like, okay, he's going around to England and Europe. And he's got his hangar, the X facility. I don't know. This is probably a bad idea. All right, let's go ahead and add our civilians. And we already have civilians everywhere. And unfortunately, these are both on the killing spree spots. So we did that. Now he landed here. So luckily, this is a hunted spot. It's not the killing spree spot. If this would have been a killing spree spot, then we would have had to deal basically 2 more damage. Oh no, you discard all and only do 1 damage. Oh, in both adjacent locations. Actually, we would have been safe because it would have been these 2 locations. All right, Colossus. All right, so Colossus for the superhero cards. Fight and save, so he has a punch. Each either hero may spend an action to rescue, which would clear off that location. Wouldn't be bad. One hero draws 1 card, a different hero may move. So again, that wouldn't be bad to get somebody here, so they're not ending their turn on either of those 2 locations. Oh no, that's this one, the injured location. All right, or we get his Organic Steel out. I think we just need to get his Organic Steel out. Let's get our starting cards out as soon as possible. I seem to fail to do that a lot of times, and I feel like that is to my detriment. So he gets 1 punch. So we are on the board. All right. Then we got Kitty. So what does Kitty want to do? So Kitty, we get to put Lockheed into play. And she gets a move and then a punch, which would send her up there. She can't take damage to the end of the next turn. Problem is she's currently not the target. I do like to look at what benefit you get for clearing a location, which helps know which to go for first. Yeah, so discard a card from your hand or discard an action token to look at the master plan card. Any other hero in this or adjacent location may draw 1 card. I get why they have them covered up, but I wish they would have like written what they did in another spot so that way you knew. You may draw 3 cards until you have 3 in your hand. Okay, so Xavier's Institute is my heal. So we've got to clear that out first. Gain tokens in the hangar bag. Weapon X, we get Punchy Punch. And Adirondack, I get a punch, and I can exchange tokens with another hero. So now with that, because again, this is our healing spot, I think I need to do an action. You can move to another hero. You can move with another hero this turn. Other heroes in your location cannot take damage until the beginning of your next turn. So that wouldn't be bad, because I could move Wolverine and then, or move Colossus with me, and then Colossus wouldn't take damage. Let's draw a card. See if we get a double. No, we didn't get. And then a Lockheed Fire Breath. So I do need to get Lockheed in play now. All right, I do think we're going to do the phasing though. So let's do phasing. We are going to do an action here. Right? And then we're going to move here. I'm afraid of an overflow. It's kind of my fear right here is an overflow. Because if he moves to us, I don't know if he always never places a character where he lands. At the farmer's market, I like to buy organic steel. Organic steel. I want to get rid of this, though. Can Wolverine get rid of it on his own? I've got my double wild. We may have to use my double wild. I think that's a better choice. Let's let Wolverine get rid of this. Instead, let's rescue so we don't have a possible overflow. But again, he placed 2, so it still could possibly overflow. All right. Colossus cannot take damage. Let's put this on Colossus so we remember he cannot take damage. All right. Colossus could have moved Jeff. So let's move Jeff. All right. And Wolverine... Draw. Okay, so you guys punch. As long as this, okay, if that's his healing, I don't want to do that yet because I want to get this location cleared, and that is that. All right, Sabretooth. Hunter Sense. Move to the location with the hunted hero. Boom. Bam. He does no damage to Colossus because of the phasing. He does add nothing to the center. So I wonder if all of his cards are like that. That might help a lot if that's the case. If he never adds anything to the center location, then I don't have to ever worry about an overflow wherever the hunted person is. All right, so back to Colossus. So, oh, we have to do this though. He did land there, so discard all civilians. Forgot about that. Discard all civilians. And then deal 1 damage to 1 hero in both adjacent locations. So that is just Wolverine. We'll get rid of his single wild. So we need to get your healing factor out next turn, Wolverine. Alright, so now back to Colossus. Alright, so we have a punch, a move, and a punch. And he has double wild there. Problem is Kitty can't rescue, so this this isn't optimized. I could do the draw in the wild, which would allow him to clear that, and it would allow Wolverine to, or allow himself to heal. Yeah, I think we'll do that. And then somebody can move. We're going to do this. 1 hero draws a card, so Colossus is going to draw a card. And then another hero may move. So we will... Yeah, we'll move Kitty here because now she's not ending her turn. She's being moved there. Is Jeff unpainted? It kind of looks like it, doesn't it? No, Jeffy boy is painted. He's a cute little Jeffy boy. There he is. He's painted. See, cute little pink tongue and all. All right. Oh, I said I was going to use rings. I forgot the rings again. I got to remember that for Friday. I need the rings because I want to see if that helps you guys see who's where. This one's a little bit easier because they're very vividly different colors. But when I was playing with the spider people, they were all a very dark color. So it's kind of hard to tell who was where. All right, so we moved her there. And then he has 3 actions, so we will just go ahead and get rid of the killing spree. Again, his protection is gone. All right, and then you may gain a token. What token do we want to gain? An action token? I'm imagining his deck is probably very punchy based. Let's get him an action token. All right. To Kitty. You keep them safe. I'll keep them busy. So this allows each other person to punch, which again doesn't help Wolverine. So we're going to go ahead and draw. Phasing with others. That doesn't help because she's in her own location now. Oh, it's if she ends her turn here. So I will have to move her again. I have to basically move her back. But yeah, let's get Lockheed out because I can't use this card until this is out. So we'll go ahead and get Lockheed out. I'll put Lockheed in play in your location or an adjacent location. As long as this card is face up in the storyline, you may use your move for Lockheed instead. So we're going to go ahead and just put him in. We're going to keep him in this location. We're going to keep in this location. We have a wild and a move, so we're going to go ahead and use the wild to rescue. And we're going to move back here. And then she can get a token. Let's give her a punch. Give her a punch. All right. To the Wolverine. All right. So again, no help for either one of those. I think we will go with draw a card. The rings of power. The 5 rings. The 1 ring to rule them all. All right. So we'll go ahead and do this for Wolverine. We will move and rescue. And then because this is in, I have less than 3 cards in my hand. I get to draw a card. All right. So, Sabretooth. So, move to location with the hunted hero, which he already is. Bam. So that means Colossus needs to take 2 damage, but he has his armor, so it reduces 1 damage. So he actually only takes 1 damage. After a rough day, Kitty is unfazed. So we'll get rid of his single punch. Have to get down there and heal Colossus after a minute. All right. And then he puts... we're going to have overflows. We're going to have 2 overflows. Dang it. Overflow. So overflow, 2 overflows, deal 1 damage to the hunted hero. That KO'd Colossus. Dang it, that KO'd Colossus. Because if 1 or more tokens can't be added, no, it says if 1 or more. So this is more. So technically it still only does 1 damage. It doesn't say I do it per each. So actually he only takes 1 damage. So yeah, he's definitely going to come down here on his next turn because he's got to heal. He's got to get rid of these guys and heal up to 3 cards. All right. So that was close. I thought he was KO'd, which means it would have gone to Kitty. So now it is Colossus's turn. So he gets to draw a card because, yep, draw a card. All right. I think we're going to go double wild. I hate to go double wild, but I think we're going to go double wild because we're going to use 1 wild to move. We're going to use the action, the second wild. Yeah, the action and the second wild to get rid of 2 of these. I'm keeping his action token because I think I'm going to use it. I might use it later. I think getting rid of 2 is fine because he only seems to put down 2 each time. He's going to come here anyway, so I know he's not going to put any here, but he is going to put some here. So I do need to have Wolverine clear this out. All right, end of your turn. Draw until I have 3 cards in hand. All right, so 1, 2, 3. All right, so he is healed up. I think Colossus is just basically going to keep going back and forth and keep landing here. I think that's my strategy right now. All right, so I fight, you save them. So Kitty could do that one because that would help her, and it would do here and here. Is that what I want to do? I have the phasing, which doesn't affect. I have the Lockheed breath, which would be good. It would get rid of these, but we know he's going to go here. I don't think this. I don't think I need to use Lockheed yet. I mean, I could, because that would get rid of 1 and get rid of those 2. Yeah, let's go ahead and use Lucky. So let's go ahead and draw. Help them. Okay, so he gets to do an action in this location, but I think we're going to do the punch just to clear that out. Make sure we don't have another overflow. So Lucky gets to do twice, and then Kitty gets to do once. Kitty's ending her turn here, so she can take another token. We'll do another punch. Nice. After that is Wolverine. So again, these don't do us any good anymore since Kitty cleared out her location, so Wolverine will draw. Double action. That's what I wanted. Double action. So he gets a punch, which he can't really use unless he moves. I don't think I want him to move. So I gotta clear this out because I think it's gonna have 2 in there. All right. So we're gonna do the double action for Wolvie. Wolverine's gonna do 1 and 2. Yeah, we'll start clearing this out. 2. Yeah. Jeffy, let's move Jeffy over here. So in Colossus' turn, he should have moved Jeffy. All right. Hola, mi bebe. Hi, Lucita. How are you doing? Hi, Lucita. You need to go to Mama. No, no, no. Leave Daddy's bits alone, please. It's Daddy's bits. Yeah. It's Daddy's bits. Uh-huh. Daddy's bits. Yeah. It's Daddy's bits. Okay. Circles. Yeah, there's circles in there. Okay, go with Mama. Daddy will come out and eat lunch in a little bit, okay? Go on. Go with Mama. Bye, Lucita. So we had a visitor. Kitty never throws trash in the ground because she doesn't like kitty litter. All right, so we are on Sabretooth after our guest visitor there. He's going to move 0, which was not what I was expecting him to pull. So regenerative, basically this is where he will heal as long as this is in the storyline. And he's only putting 1 civilian in each location. So, 1. It makes sense that he adds civilians because of that, this effect, right? Because then he does damage. All right, so that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. All right, back to Colossus. So, Colossus can't punch, but Colossus got to rescue a bunch of people. So, moving on. Oh, fastball special. We need Wolverine in there. Moving another hero from your location to an adjacent location. That hero shows their hand and deals as many punches as shown at the bottom of their cards. Ooh, we're gonna save that bad boy for once we can damage him. So I think we'll do the move in action with Colossus. We do get Jeffy Boy coming up, so let's leave Jeffy Boy there. We're gonna move in an action. Do I move here with Wolverine? Do an action to get rid of that, or do I do an action? Or what do I get? I get 2 actions of Wolverine. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do this action to get rid of that. We're going to move, do 2 more actions to get rid of Killing Spree. Right, which gives us 3 threats cleared. Another hero in this or an adjacent location may draw a card. That is a perfect time. I didn't even realize that. So Wolverine is going to draw a card. All right, and on to Kitty. So, Kitty can't punch in her locations, does this no good. So, scroll a card. So, Lockheed could rescue, because I do have this one. He gets to use a action in his location. Again, if Sabretooth moves here, then he's going to place 2 here and 2 here. So, actually, I need to get that out of it. So, Wolverine needs to come over here to get rid of that. Phasing, I can't take damage. Phase others. I have a move and an action with Colossus. So if I do this, then we can clear this. Let's do that. Let's do her single. So I'm going to move. Lockheed gets an action, and then Kitty gets an action and an action. Right? Yep. So that gets rid of this. That means Wolverine's not going to get to go. Oh, that's not good. That may not have been the best play. May not have been the best play. Problem is, if I don't do that, then I don't do that, then she takes damage at the end of the turn. So I let her take 1 damage to not have this happen this turn. Give us one more round to clear things out. Or do we just go for it? We're almost done the civilians. We're not done the thugs. Where are the civilians? Civilians are here. Maybe we do. Maybe we do 1 more round. Let's do 1 more round. Let's scratch that back. We're going to go ahead and take the 1 damage. So instead, what we're going to do is 1, 2, and then she's going to use her 3rd to rescue. So now, on her next turn, we'll be able to clear this one and this one, and we can immediately start doing damage. So she's going to take the hit. I have 2 phasing, so we'll just get rid of 1 phasing. If I would have done this instead, I would not take any damage. But I would only have one action. That's fine. Okay. That's fine. Alright, so now we still get to go because I didn't make him go. Wolverine is stacked with the cards, man. Alright, so Wolverine needs to move. He doesn't have a move. I need to move. So I have a move and a punch punch. That's actually perfect for that location. That is perfect. Alright, so he's going to move. Punch punch. Punch punch. Sabretooth. Go for it. David said go for it. I don't want to lose these guys. I don't want to die. All right, move to the next counterclockwise location with any heroes, which is fine, because that's actually the hunted hero anyway. So, bam. 2 damage, reduced by 1. The Colossus only takes 1 damage. Oh, that is not a good place for you, buddy. You are in serious danger right there, Sabretooth. 1, 2, there, and ooh, Xavier Institute. Xavier Institute needs some help. All right, that's not too bad. So back to Colossus. Problem is, Colossus can't start wailing on him yet. It's kind of a danged if I do, danged if I don't situation. Wolverine's not going to go either way. Like, even if I have Colossus clear this, then Kitty gets to go. If Kitty clears both of these, then she's technically the second person, so Wolverine either way doesn't get to go. So, with that being considered, I need to move. I've got to move so I can get over here. I can clear this out. So, do I clear it out completely? Do I clear it out with the civilians? I guess it doesn't matter at this point. I clear it out. So, let's draw a card, see what Jeffy gives us. Jump the shark. Move Jeff on location, then punch in his location. Alright, so at the beginning of my turn, I can already move Jeff, right? I mean, I can just do that as part of my turn. So, as part of my turn, I'm going to move Jeff here. Now I'm going to do jump the shark. So, move Jeff to any location. He's going to move here. He's going to punch. Then I'm going to move here. I'm going to punch. And I'm going to use my action token to save the civilian. Now that puts him under pressure. That's how I think it is. Kitty was surprised by the Batman universe when she met the villain two-faced. Yeah, I thought people would want to break from this during the lunchtime streams and actually want me to do the Batman box, but right now the poll's not showing people want to watch the Batman. So, okay. Into your turn, get to heal back up, which is perfect for Colossus, because Sabretooth didn't come in here and hit him. Alright, so Kitty needs to clear this out. We already determined that is her move. She now doesn't need to do this, she only needs to do this. So, I could have her do the Heroes Unite. But if I have her do the Heroes Unite, then it doesn't move Wolverine. Wolverine would need extra move. So I think we're going to go ahead and draw to punch in Lockheed's location. So we're going to do her. Can she get anywhere to punch? No. I need the action, so we're going to do this one. We have to have the action. We can't take anybody with us, unfortunately. I mean, I can move Lockheed, and I've got that card that lets him attack, so let's go ahead and move Lockheed towards Sabretooth. Get him down here. I'm going to use the action to finish this one. And then we will do this. So we're good. On our next turn, we can start beating him senseless. All right. You may discard 1 card to your hand to gain 2 more punch tokens. don't want to do that. She's got 2. He's got 7 health and can heal. When does he heal? Where's that card? Long resistance in the face up. Covers 1 health at the start of his turns. So, let's make sure we put this up here. I'm not going to remember that, so. She's down to 2 cards. She's not going to take 2 damage because the only perk that makes 2 damage is the hunted hero, right? I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to get rid of her phasing. We're going to drop her phasing to get 2 punch tokens. She's up to 4 punch tokens. She can almost take them out by herself. I'd vote Marvel, but I don't care that much. You want me to put up a different poll, don't you? David wants me to put up which campaign game would you like me to see me play for an entire week? As long as it doesn't require painted minis. All right, so Sabretooth gets good. Oh, it's his other 0, so he doesn't move anywhere. And now he heals for 2. But I think we can't get Kitty. Kitty's our beat the snot out of him guy, and he didn't move closer. So, that's you know. And that's the problem is we can't, for every point of damage we do, he's gonna be able to heal. So if we don't do at least 2, even if we do 2 damage, we're starting at 0 again, right? We're starting at the exact same spot we were. All right. Wolverine has lots of punching. More punching. More punching. Wolverine has a lot of punching. He does have 1 move and 1 action, so he can get here. So let's go ahead and draw. We're doing his triple punch. Actually, let's do the wild double punch. That way we don't have to waste a move on Colossus. I'd vote to force you to play any game with unpainted minis and break the self-imposed rule. I will contemplate putting that up as an extra life incentive, donation incentive. All right, so we're going to move. We're going to take the action just to remove this. This is removed. I guess technically I could have done the action here. And then we're going to punch, punch, punch. 3 punches. I'm not even going to take those because I got to put 2 back on there. All right. So another hero in this can draw a card. There's nobody else here. Now to Colossus. So Colossus has a punch, punch. So it moves into an adjacent location. Moving hero from your location to an adjacent location. That hero shows their hand and deals as many punches there. So I would be moving Wolverine. That's not good. I wanted to finish it with a fastball special, but he didn't move. He didn't move. Because what I could have done is like punch, punch, come in here, fastball special, move in here. Wolverine could have done a lot of it. I think. Oh! Stop punching the thugs. Alright, so we're going to do the double punch. So we have 1, he has a move. We have a punch, punch. If we did more damage than he's going to heal, so that's good. So, beginning of his turn, he heals for 2. Right. Move to the location with the hunted hero, he is already there. Bam, does 2 damage, minus 1 damage, so it only does 1 damage. We'll get rid of the single wild. And then he's adding thugs. So he's adding 2 and 2, meaning we have an overflow again. Again, it only counts as 1. If 1 or more, you only do it once. So we have 1 overflow. So the hunted hero has to take 1 damage, which is fine. We'll get rid of one of our fastball specials. All right. On to Kitty. All right, Kitty, what can you do? She cannot get here. That's the problem. She could take him out. She's got 4 tokens, but she would need 1, 2, 3 movement to get down there. She has 1 movement, and I could punch twice for Lockheed, but Lockheed's too far away. I think we'll do this. We're going to do the Lockheed. All right. We're going to move Lockheed instead because that's what his card allows him to do. And then we're going to, just to clear this out, so we don't have another overflow. That completes this, which means everybody gets to draw a card. You get a card. You get a card. Wolverine gets way too many cards. And then Wolverine gets to go. He's got, what, 4 health? 4 health. Maybe I should have played the punch. Yeah, because we could take him out. Scratch that. Timey-wimey. Timey-wimey's happy. That's going to come back. We're going to play the punch. He wouldn't have had the wild. He wouldn't have had this. Timey-wimey shenanigans are happening. I should have looked at my Wolverine's cards. So I don't think about looking at the other cards. Mainly because, I mean, when we play co-op, this still has lots of thugs on it. This doesn't matter. I don't even know why I'm doing this. It has thugs on it. I don't think about playing with the other cards because when we play 2-player, we don't actually play open-handed, and a lot of people do. 2 pets seems powerful. Yeah, I can't wait till we unlock 3 because everybody's going to have a pet. You get a pet. You get a pet. Everybody gets a pet. But yeah, I don't think about looking at it because we don't play that. But because he was already in the location, it just makes sense to do that. Wolverine could have drawn a card. It doesn't matter. So that's punch, 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 4 punches. Hawaiian punch. Sabretooth punch. I've been forgetting to do this at the end of the game. I've been forgetting to knock the villain down. There you go, guys. That is a victory against Sabretooth. Ran a little bit. Actually, that was a quick game considering how much rambling and distractions and all that. So let's go ahead and go to our Megaverse map and get our unlocks. All right, let's collapse you. I must have been doing something over here. All right, where is Sabretooth? Tooth of the Saber. Zoom. Zoom. Sabretooth. All right, so we rescued X-23. So that is what we wanted to do with our trio. No equipment. No teams. I still don't know why the United Heroes team isn't listed as a team. Kind of weird. Right, and we won. There we go. And then this will unlock X-23. Also unlocks Lady Deathstrike. So we can go after her. But I think I'm supposed to unlock somebody else. Professor X and Storm. So Storm, right here. We're going to unlock Storm. The reason for that is our next X-Men villain we're going against, I think, is Marrow. No, Callisto. We're going against Callisto now. So Callisto will be Storm, Cyclops, and Jean Grey, which will give us Mohawk, Storm, and Pharaoh. What else? I'm supposed to do Professor X. Brains. Oh, no, I spent the brain yesterday, so we didn't get a brain for safety. All right, so there we go. So then, yeah, so the upcoming streams. Friday, of course, we have Namor. We're going to do Magneto, Captain America, and Black Panther. Friday and Saturday is based on what the poll results are. If Batman wins, then I'll be painting that. If Batman doesn't win, then I'll be painting the next subsequent stream. So we'll say the next 3 streams. One is going over to the multiverse to do Morlun with Spider-Man, Superior Spider-Man, and Scarlet Spider. So of course I got to paint Morlun and Superior Spider-Man. Wednesday is Callisto, which we just talked about, Storm, Cyclops, and Grey, which gives us Mohawk, Storm, and Pharaoh. And then Friday, well, I say Friday, but then the third game of that week will be Mysterio, and we're going to do Spider-Gwen, Miles Morales, and Spider-Man 2099. That should unlock Professor Xavier, Nero, and Falcon. And then the next set of 3 games would be Juggernaut with Professor X, Jean Grey, and Colossus. And then Lady Deathstrike with Wolverine, X-23, and Nero. And that's why I want to unlock Nero, because that's kind of like an X-Force game. And then the next one after that will be Baron Zemo with Captain America, Captain Carter, and Falcon. So that's why I want to unlock Falcon. So there we go. That is the next couple streams. There we go. Webcam open. With a third pet, you can run the pet shop. Yeah, I think a lot of pets are going to be fun. We just got to get to them. So I need to get out to the multiverse, I think, and do more of the multiverse so I can get like more equipment unlocks and the pet unlocks, because they put all of those in the team decks. They're all in the multiverse section. So I want to plan around getting some more stars. That's why I want to go to Morlun, because that gives me another star to get another section. You know, write these plans down as a list. There is a list. It's on OneNote. That's what I was looking at. But anyway, guys, that is the Marvel United Megaverse stream for today's lunch. If you want to see more of this content, or don't want to see this and want to see me switch it up, there is, again, a post in the community tab where you can vote on whether I should play this next week or whether I should play Batman Hush scenarios next week. If you have other, I think other is an option, just in the comments. Go look at my collection videos, pick any of the games in the collection video, and put that down in the other of the comments. And you will see about getting that played. Because even whatever doesn't win, I'm eventually going to play. So that other is actually pretty helpful, because it kind of helps me know what you guys want to see. If you want to see all this gameplay, subscribe, bell notification, all that YouTube stuff. But until next time, guys, peace.